Okay, coming to you live from Round Rock with Michael Cote, formerly of Redmonk, and now with Dell. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just walked across the street from over here and I lost about 5 pounds
Yeah, it's a
in
little
the 120-degree heat.
it's a little toasty.
Yeah.
So you joined Dell just last week.
That's right, last
but,
Monday.
But you're an Austinite, so you didn't have to relocate. Now, obviously, this isn't your first time at a big company, but tell me, what are some of your impressions off the cuff, and also, what was the reason for the move in the first place? Maybe we start with that.
Sure. Well, so I'd been an analyst for 5.5 years, or I could say almost 6. That sounds impressive, but almost always bugs me out. And before that, I'd worked at BMC, the other large company, much smaller compared to this, and I'd been programming before that. And I think, I mean, there was really 2 reasons. I think one, I was eager to sort of kind of go to the other side of the fence and sort of start working on something instead of helping a bunch of people working on a bunch of things, which, don't get me wrong, is awesome and fascinating, but it's just a matter of, wanting to do one thing sometimes and doing other things the other time. And it is nice to focus on one company and work from within, I guess. And so far, that's worked out pretty well. Like, it's nice to sort of be on a team making things happening instead of being one of the people who play like an analyst would do, playing a very valuable role trying to help those people figure out what they should be doing and what's going on out there. And both of them are fine, but I just wanted to come back to this side, I guess, for I don't know, we'll see for how long. And then, of course, I would be lying if the other thing was that the overall compensation was better. So, you don't want to move just because you think the sheets are more comfortable. You want the whole room to be an upgrade. Nice. So that was that happened as well.
Excellent. So now, what position have you taken here, and what will you be doing?
So I work in the corporate strategy group, and I don't even remember what my official title is. I think it has 10 words in it. But basically, I do corporate strategy here in the group that's focused on software. And what that effectively means at the moment is cloud. I mean, there's some stuff that, as Larry Ellison said, everything is cloud nowadays, apparently. And there's some things that don't exactly fall into cloud, but a lot of what we're interested in, me being here a week and 3 days, ends up being cloud stuff. So we're focusing a lot on that, and then other interests as far as like how software plays into Dell's ongoing and future strategy.
And so, what's been the impression? It's, as I said, a week and 3 days, as you said.
Sure. Well, as you started out with, it is a very large company. I'll tell you a funny anecdote to prove that is I got an email that I needed to show up at 9 a.m. on Monday for orientation. I was thinking like, oh, I'll see my boss, and we'll get some coffee and he'll give me some binder. But no, I showed up and you had to get in 3 lines, and there were like 30 people there, and there was a very well orchestrated presentation about things and all sorts of stuff like that. And I do have to report that the syncing of the extremely high-level message that Dell gives to analysts and you give to new hires is very close and aligned. So that trickle down has worked very well. Open, capable, affordable.
Nice.
Every new hire has been told that, and also that we're a solutions company. So that came through, and so that's good. And then apparently we get some good deal on Wells Fargo's bank accounts.
Excellent.
There's also that. But yeah, I mean, that's not a real serious take on what's going on. I mean, I think what's been nice to see is there's a limitless is the wrong word, but there's a very wide will to sort of really do a lot more than just sell hardware at this company, and I think there's a lot of doubt if you're on the outside about that. But having worked inside for a bit, there really are a lot of the efforts that I see, not only myself but a lot of high-level people. Not that I'm a high-level person, but in the room there are high-level people spending their time on is about growing Dell into a general IT shop rather than being just in the sort of infrastructure side of the shop. So it's good to sort of get that theory confirmed, because that would have been terrible if I came here and I was just going to be talking about x86 and DRAM and stuff like that. But,
exactly.
Yeah, but like your group does a lot of work on just, I wouldn't call them purely software things, but software, more importantly, like, I'm trying not to use the word solution, but solution-driven uses of IT. That is, I'm not concerned. I don't want to lead with IT that I have. I want to lead with what I want to do, and let's figure out how we can map IT to doing that. And to me, that's what a solutions company is you're not so concerned with, the answer is buy a server. What was the question? Like we used to joke about Java and Sun, right? But the answer is Java. What's the question? But instead, it's more like, so you want to do something. Tell us what you want to do, and we'll figure out how to map what we have and our IT to that to solve that problem, which is great. I mean, that's how you make more money as a tech company.
Great. And then last but not least, is there something that you'd like to, that you have set for yourself as a goal, that if you can do this or change Dell's thinking or whatever, you'll have considered this really a great investment of your life?
Sure, of my life. Wow, there's a lot on the line here.
It is.
Well, I'll tell you my cheesy, funny goal first, and that is I'm determined to be able to book a room in the building that I work in for a meeting.
Worthy goal. Very worthy goal.
And the issue there, so I work in Round Rock 1, I don't know, Round Rock, whatever that is, and there's a lot of construction going on, so it's very difficult to get a room, but I'm going to make it happen. That's my personal stretch goal.
Nice.
Book a conference room. But no, more realistically speaking, I mean, I think this is like my long-term goal, is I would like us to, and by we I guess I mean Dell, when we think about, I would like us to think about selling software. And what I mean by that is, when you sell software, you're interested in selling the software to solve some problem, and you're not interested in selling to people what you have necessarily. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is, it would be great if while I'm here I somehow help affect, along with all the other people that would help do it, that someone would come to Dell and say, I want to buy this piece of software. We would sell them that piece of software, and whatever they want to run it on, whether it's Dell stuff, which hopefully it would be, or it's some other stuff, or whatever, that we're basically the central point they come to for that software solution. And I think once you can do that, then you're really in the big game of selling software, which is a great business to be in. And in addition to everything that we currently do, I think what we need to do is just add in software as a core competency that we have. So I think once we have someone, and this could be already happening, but once it's known as a mainstream concern, they're like, oh yeah, I call up Dell when I need software. Like that would be a great sort of, that's what I'd like to see us doing when it comes to software.
Excellent. Well, Michael Cote, I for one am very happy that you're here, and look forward to stealing as much of your cycles as I can to help me in what I'm doing.
Yeah, that sounds like it'll be fun.
All righty, good sir. Take care.